Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876 586 0471. That's 876 586 0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now. Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Sports Reggae Boys Commentary. That's right. Hello, everybody. Danny Spalding says, Simon, hey, how are you guys doing? All is well? Well, I hope you guys are doing okay. What's new? Let me know what you guys are doing. It's Wednesday, March 6, 2024 at 11:01 a.m. All right? So we're getting the ball rolling, and I want to touch on something that, it's very important for Jamaica. So that is what we're going to be able to discuss at this point in time so that everybody can get the full gist of things. All right. So let us listen attentively and we can be able to get some information. But basically, Coach Hallgrimsson spoke about projects being around the island and what it's been like as well to have this sort of getting to know Jamaica, the people, having coaching clinics, having sessions, and the purpose of it. As we know, this is something that we're very delighted about, very happy about, and I'm going to talk more in depth about it, you know? So this is very good, okay? So that you all are aware in the grand scheme of things. So what I want us to do, we can listen to it, and then afterwards we can take some feedback, all right? So let's do that right now, and we progress right into it. With us, the head coach of the Reggae Boys, Heimir Hallgrimsson. Coach, 2024 is a very busy year for Jamaica. Tell us what the last 2 months have been like for you.
No, it's been nice. So we decided, or I decided, to focus the 2 first months of the year on domestic players, on domestic football, and finishing that kind of period with these 2 games that we are now playing in Trinidad. So after this, both the JPL players and the players in Jamaica will be kind of in the end of their season, so they need to focus on that. Plus, we have really important matches, both upcoming Nations League semi-final, hopefully a final, and then Copa America and the World Cup games in June. So we need to switch our focus to those matches after this Trinidad camp. But the plan was always to give these 2 months full focus on domestic players and the domestic football.
Over the last 2 months, you've been to different parishes in Jamaica. Tell us about those experiences, what it's been like seeing more of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we did, it was me and my wife, and sometimes some of the other coaches, Maron or John Wall, and the press officer, Simon Preston, who did some parishes with us as well. So there was 2 days in every parish. So the first day we...
So just for clarity, this is St. Catherine. What is being discussed right now is the parish of parish of St. Catherine. St. Catherine.
Spent in meetings with the coaches, and the people in charge of football in every parish, and people in charge of developing football players in every parish. So really good meetings. And then the next day we did a coaching seminar from 4 hours to 6 hours, depending on the parishes, etc., depending on the numbers of people who came. So it was really let's say a busy schedule. We're pretty tired after touring, but it was fantastic to see the country. Number one, to see the country. That was one thing, and even meeting the people in charge of football in Jamaica, listening to their thoughts, to their challenges, trying to find solutions to some of the challenges they are facing, and just listening to them. Even though it would only have been for that reason, it was really, really and truly worth it to go and doing this. So that was one of the reasons, seeing the countries, meeting the people, interacting, learning about especially football culture in Jamaica. So that was one of the purposes. Then the second purpose was to introduce me, explaining to the football people in Jamaica what we are doing, explaining why we are doing that, and just in general, just sharing our philosophy, giving a little bit insight into our tactics and why we are doing the things we are doing, and then having some discussion about that, and hearing from those people what they think of what we are doing, etc. And yeah, I am all for sharing, because I think once we start to share, we always get a feedback, and we got something important shared back. So I think everybody grows on sharing and being open about what they are doing. And then one of the opportunities that this gave these people was to ask the national team coach about things that were on their mind. I don't think that happens often, that the national team coach is given kind of possibilities to answer questions that the football people have. So that was also a big part of this camp or this travel around the country. And then we were, of course, seeing some players. We watched League Two football. We watched women's football matches. We saw youth games and went to some training sessions. And of course, had some players on our sessions. So that was really fun to see. And then, what can we do, or I do as a national team coach, to help the people in the parishes to grow better football players. So there was a lot of good talk, and it leaves really good memories about it. And then we try to be also structured, so we try to take pictures and get in the names of everyone that came to the meeting. So next time we come, we at least know some people in the parishes. So yeah, we like to have also the constructive thing around it.
Yes, it's been quite a number of parishes, coach, that you've been to. What is it that you hope to achieve after seeing all the parishes in Jamaica?
Well, I hope, firstly, I hope this will be something that the coaches and the administrators will appreciate, and I hope it will give more positivity towards JFF, towards the national team programs, both the men's and the women's. And if we continue to do that, I think we get more in sync, and hopefully we get more support, etc. So I hope that is one of the reasons. Secondly, like we did the second day always in the parishes, was having a coaching course, and the topic this time was defense. So we hope that we help the coaches at least little to grow as coaches, so we can develop, in this case, a little bit better defenders in the future. So that is another thing. But most of all is to explain what the national team coach is doing. I don't think many people actually know how a national team coach invests his time. And because they are paying the salary of this national team coach, they deserve to know how the time has been invested.
So, coach, in relation to the coaching course in these different parishes, could you talk a little bit about it and what the process was like in these different parishes?
Yeah, so we either played a match with the domestic national team in the parishes. So we played against Fear and Humber Lions in Clarendon. We played against Montego Bay and St. James. We either did the game or we did a coaching course. And we still have 2 or 3 parishes left. So we're going to try to close the circle as soon as we can. But it was like a 4 to 6 hour coaching course on defense, starting with technical defense into a tactical defense, and then trying to connect the dots between the technical into the tactical. And universally, this area is not taught well enough. Just, I think, because of the lack of knowledge of how to teach defense. Normally, we only coach the player with the ball, not without the ball. So that is something that I have been teaching a long time in coaching education in Iceland. And I just wanted to share my experience. And I know we need to improve that here in Jamaica, how we coach defense, especially technical one. And because of the lack of coaching education, coaching courses here in Jamaica, the coaches were really happy that to have this, and yeah, I got a really good feedback after these courses. But it was starting with technical things, basic things, growing into how a back four or a back three, back five works together, etc. So that was something I had really.
So, from the tactical standpoint, coach explaining these things and room for improvement on the island, you would say.
Good, but we had really good feedbacks on.
Yeah, in the different parishes, coach, I'm sure you'd have had coaches or even, administrators, players ask a lot of questions or wanting more information from you. Tell us some of the questions they had or concerns or comments for you.
It was quite similar in every parish. The concerns, the challenges, I would say, that football development has in the parishes. So everyone talked about coaching education, lack of coaching education, and the lack of opportunities to learn. So I think that was one of the concerns. We can, I think, as an important topic, we can touch upon that a little bit later. Of course, national sport, most parish coaches said it was sometimes difficult to get kids into training. And we had also things like national team selection thing was a big topic. Of course, national team coach coming. So we discussed that. It was mostly youth national team selection and how we can improve that process. And I think what JFF is doing, I think that hopefully will kind of ease that concerns that it's the good player from the parishes is forgotten. So I hope the regional centres will eliminate those concerns. And then we talked a lot about elite coaching. So how can we improve the opportunities and the platforms for players that are really the best ones. So not only the grassroots, but the best ones. I think though is a problem with most here in Jamaica, I'm not going to say with Jamaicans, is that everybody was waiting for something to happen. A project is starting, or an investor needs to come and change this, or the JFF needs to do it, or the government needs to do this so we can do that. Well, I think it all starts and finishes with us as coaches. And we just need to start to roll the things, get things rolling. And it all starts with us coaches to make football attractive, to make football, to make kids want to come to your football sessions. It's not even about the facilities, even though they are important in developing good football players, but it's about the coach. So I think it all starts with us coaches to do whatever we can do to get the best training we can from what we have. So yeah, those were the topics.
And being around the different parishes, coach, would you say that there's that desire to learn, that desire to improve as coaches?
Yeah, I think that was in common with all the parishes. I felt coaches were desperately shouting out for possibilities to get more knowledge. And I think we should do more, us coaches higher to the federation, not saying that we are better than others, but I think it should be a part. Everybody can share something. You know, you have some areas you are good at, so we should travel more, meet more people, share what we know, and then we get some information back, so we all grow from that one. But I think it's in common in all parishes that coaches are really enthusiastic of being better, knowing better. And the fact of the matter is that because of lack of coaching education in the past in Jamaica, the coaches and we all as coaches can only teach what we know. So we are kind of coach in the same way we were coached when we were players. And if we are not improving our education, we have a standstill. Coach, you can still be a really, really good coach without a license. So, you know, two things go hand in hand. I think if you have license, you've already gone through some learning process, but you could also be a good coach without the license. So I encourage everyone just to be creative and looking for information if you are a coach.
And coach, talk to us a little bit about the facilities, pitches, that sort.
The development of football players will be totally different, much quicker, faster, and we will produce much better players. I think that will skyrocket the development of football players in Jamaica. There's a lot of other factors to produce good football players, but if these two are lacking, there will always be a hurdle that is difficult to jump over. So the sooner we change those two things, the quicker we develop better football players. And it's the same for the women's game or the men's game. I think though it has been more challenging for the girls, the development of women footballers, because they have less access to these facilities than the boys. So we also need to secure the equality in that sense.
Inside hand touches the hip of the player.
And finally, coach, after you've seen all the parishes, do you plan in the future to go back to those parishes?
Yeah, it was lovely. At least now we know them. We know the people. We know the people in charge of the parishes. Really, it was probably the best time for me and Iris since we came, just to go there, just meeting new people, seeing new places, and just experiencing the country in a different way than maybe a tourist would do. So we went to places, stopped at small places, talked to the people, etc. So for sure we would like to do this again, but I would want to have a focus time in January and February. Normally I would say are the best times to focus on a project like this. So we would go with a different kind of program for the coach, for coaches next time. And yeah, I think for sure this is something that I encourage not only the senior men's national team coach to do, but other coaches for the under 15, under 17, under 19 to tour and look and see not only the players, just to meet the people as well.
There we go, guys. I think it's extremely productive, helpful, informative. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaica